Boy, if I had a nickel for every time I saw this screen, I could buy $1.
Hey guys, Crazy Ken here, and I just want to address you before the episode starts quickly here. Things get kind of twisty near the end. There were some unexpected things, and I cannot wait for you to see what happens. So please join me on the journey here. But first, I just want to mention something. You probably don't want to end up as dumb as me. How can you fix that? With education. I bet you're watching this video right now on a website or mobile app. Well, guess what? A lot of industries rely on those technologies, so why not consider a career in one of them, or both? Full Sail University offers undergraduate degree programs in software development, website development, and mobile apps. You will receive a laptop, and you will be using the same tools that professionals use. To learn more about these great programs, please visit this link that is available in the description.
And we're back. All right. I'm just by myself right now. I did some thinking, and I was wondering, this installation should not be that tricky. I've used Boot Camp before. I've installed Windows before, and it's normally not this hard. I just think a lot of variables and lots of upgrades of the OS just over time, plus the backup files, just everything together just cause one huge cluster fornicate. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually downloading a copy of Windows 10 from Microsoft right now. In fact, it might be the newer version. I haven't even been able to update to the fall version that came out in fall because there was an activation problem. So maybe this version is that. I don't have the numbers memorized, but I'm downloading that, and I'm going to burn it to this DVD here. Because I don't really have a flash drive, so we'll do that. I can't get anything to work, and I've tried everything, and all hope is lost. So I'm gonna let it download. It should be done in about 8 minutes, and we'll go from there. So I'm just gonna burn, and hopefully it just works. Let's see what options we got here. Radioactive, radioactive. It's very radioactive. We got to be careful here. Writing track. Oh! My hot new mixtape! It's making some tunes! Oh, I gotta entertain myself while this is running, so just bear with my jokes, please. I've been through enough. Boy, if I had a nickel for every time I saw this screen, I could buy $1. Alright, so what we're gonna try to do now is use the new image that I just burned to the DVD. I already have the Boot Camp drivers on a flash drive, so we'll turn that off. We're just gonna run the typical installation, see what it can do automatically. If not, we'll try some more manual procedures. Now we're going to partition the disk again, and hopefully I'm not frying out this new SSD. I mean, I just got this new SSD card in here, and it's been repartitioned and reformatted like 90 times already. Hopefully it just works, although nothing during this entire project has worked at all. Now, I have to say, I have installed Windows probably 6-7 dozen times throughout my life. I've lost track. And a lot of those times, I was installing Windows on a Macintosh. And it has never been this tedious. So I don't want this Crazy Ken episode to discourage you from putting Windows on your Mac. But it's usually not this hard. I really don't know what is happening to cause so many constant problems with this. Now I just realized I interrupted the automatic procedure, but I'm guessing it's going to go off of the EFI boot. This is an EFI computer, so I would like to use an EFI system. You know, I gotta say, I was watching Zootopia, actually, during the downtime between updates here, and I happened to pause it on a really funny shot right there. That face, oh my gosh. You know what? Now this video is going to get taken down by Disney, isn't it? Sorry, I didn't mean anything by it. Okay, so some of these setup screens are already looking a little bit different, which is kind of a good sign. Again, I do have that newer version that I burned. So this time around, I'm actually going to enter in the product key right from the get-go. And I hear that you should be able to use your Windows 8 product key. Alright, well, no errors, so that's a good sign. Windows 10 Pro. X64, yep, that looks good. Let's hit next. And I'm guessing we gotta read through some terms and conditions, and we're gonna be turned into a human centipede or something. I just love how this works on the Retina display. I still love it. Small interface, big words. Alright, I read everything. It's all good. So now, what do you mean you couldn't? What, this partition is NTFS. I just formatted it. It's still not working. What? Let's try again. All right, I just reformatted it. Drive 1, partition 4, 74.6 gigabytes, NTFS, next. Windows couldn't... My gosh, I've never seen that error before. Well, I went out and did some incredibly deep research, and by deep research, I mean 4 seconds of searching on Google. And I want to thank About.com. Okay, yes, About.com did confirm my theory that if you have File Vault turned on, partitioning is going to screw shit up. That's why the Windows setup couldn't find the drive, because I think when you enable File Vault, it makes a logical volume, I think, and Windows won't understand that because this is a Mac technology, so I don't blame it. Okay, so the drive is now decrypting. It's actually advanced 5 minutes in the estimated time remaining in about 3 seconds, and now it went up 2 minutes, and now it went down 2 minutes, and do you want to change any more? Oh, now it went up 4 minutes. Oh, now it went up 5 minutes. Oh my. Now it went down a minute. I don't think the computer can keep up with itself. I just think it's so fast, it doesn't know how to compute how fast it can compute. That is meta. That is like meta. It's meta squared. What? It just doubled? No. Oh, it just doubled. Oh, it's gone. It's all gone. It's gone. Bye-bye. See ya. You know, guys, the more I look at this situation, I could have just been content with having the Windows installation working earlier without having to figure out how to automatically restore the backup. Because the amount of time it would have taken me to just restore my files manually would have taken a lot less time than this major detour on this road we call life. And it is a really freaking bad detour, and it is pissed me off. But hey, it advanced from 1 hour now to 39 minutes. Now it's going fast again. 36. Hey, there's hope. There's hope. You yell and complain about something and it starts to go your way. Isn't that lovely? Oh gosh. Alright, so this brand new SSD that just got thrown in here has already been repartitioned a million times. Software, entire operating systems, in fact, have been installed and reinstalled a million times. And now the drive has been fully encrypted, and now fully decrypted, and now repartitioned again. This still refuses to work. I seriously have no idea what I'm doing wrong. I'm following the rather simple procedure step by step, and there's no problem. So, what I'm going to try this time is I'm going to try the other Windows installer, which does not use EFI, I don't think. They see me loading my OS, and nothing wants to work today. And I can't think of a rhyme, but this is a waste of time. Oh my gosh, I didn't mean to do that. Wow, just look at that wide-angle lens there. Makes my screen look all curvy. Curvy screens, those are the trends, man, except it's curving the other way, and that wouldn't be very practical. In fact, I don't think the other direction of curving is very practical either. Next to I love you and made in China, those are probably the 3 most commonly words I've ever seen. Oh heck, I've never seen I love you, what am I talking about? I accept the license terms. You know, maybe this isn't working because I haven't fully read all the terms now. That would be quite sad. Alright, so let's see here. Errors. The selected disk is part of the GPT style. Well, of course it is. Yeah, so that's a different error than what we're getting on the other system, because I believe the way Boot Camp works is it tries to like emulate a master boot record and all this EFI, or I have no idea about all these things. But Boot Camp usually does a pretty good job emulating it to kind of, in a way, I guess, trick Windows to run on this computer, but it's not really tricking it right now. Windows is being pretty damn untrickable at the moment, and it won't install, no matter what I do with the Boot Camp Assistant. I am totally lost. Now, there is some hope. When I just partition the disk manually with disk utility, I did get a little bit further last time. In fact, I got to a full installation of Windows. I just didn't want to settle with that because I wanted to get the restore process working, which would not. However, at this rate, it's going to take forever, and I just don't care anymore about that. Alright, so we finally got an installation going again. And I don't think the recovery feature is going to be able to work just because I can't use that EFI installer. So I'm going to lose some of those benefits, but this system will be better than no system. I'll try it again just for shits and giggles, but most likely that automatic recovery tool will not work. If someone out there actually watched this arc this far in, and you have an answer as to what the hell happened here to cause all this to happen, to cause this shitstorm, feel free to let me know. Oh, it's the blue screen of death. Just kidding. It's the express settings thing. I'm just going to click the button. You can't see it, but just a moment, and we'll be right back with you. Yeah, well, I know it's not really Windows' fault. This was more of I think a boot camp compatibility issue. I am so flummoxed, but you know what? I'm not going to dwell on it. If one of you guys is a wizard and you know the answer to all my problems, great, but I'm just glad I can maybe get something working. Now, hopefully the drivers install. Well, that is a good sign. The boot camp installer automatically opened up, and it's now enumerating pre-install packages, whatever the frick that means. It's still enumerating. I won't lie, Windows 10 does look pretty freaking good on a Retina display. Whew. Yeah, everything went pretty automatic. I mean, that partitioning was the main roadblock. After that, it was simple. Boot camp just installed, the drivers were fine. I signed into my Microsoft account, verified my ID. Everything's fine now. Now, I just got to transfer my files over, get my settings in there. Ooh, am I in Washington? Well, that's very nice. So, yeah, now it's just a matter of getting the data back on here, which I really only use Windows for Open Broadcaster and a couple of games. And the games are installed on an external hard drive, so I'll throw Steam on this sucker, and that should be good. I also manage the system through Parallels Desktop. So I do boot straight up like I am right now with Boot Camp, but I also use a virtual machine. So I'll get that all configured too, and I can actually then work on the Windows system and migrate all the data and do all that fun stuff inside of OS X. And yeah, it looks like the keyboard backlight keys work, specialty keys for volume, and all that stuff. I can turn the display down and all that. So yeah, the specialty keys are fine. So Boot Camp is definitely working. Apparently the mission control button opens up the start menu. That's interesting. I actually didn't know it did that. I don't know if that's intentional or not. I usually just press command. Yeah, so basically I wanted to confirm my theory about not having the EFI benefits. Alright, so Boot Camp seems to be working just fine with Windows, all fine and dandy. Now I'm going to get Parallels Desktop set up with Windows so I can do Windows operations inside of OS X. So we'll just do this, use Boot Camp or use Windows from Boot Camp. Yeah, I can read. Continue, activation warning, yes, and I think that's what was causing the problem with me not being able to upgrade to the fall build a while ago. It might have been an activation problem with the VM. Let's just call this Windows XP, just kidding. Create alias on Mac desktop. No, I don't do that. That's more of a Windows thing. I can't even do shortcuts on my desktop in Windows. No siree Bob. Alright, continue. Virtual machine creation. Please wait. At least 512 megabytes of video memory is required. Yes, let's increase that. Let's take a look at some settings here. It's not letting me do that right now. Okay, well, it's upgrading Windows 10, preparing virtual machine. Isn't it just nice when things work? When things are just automatic and simple? And just like that, Parallels Desktop has automatically configured the VM. 4 gigs is pretty good. Now, I have 4 physical processors, but it's hyper-threaded. Graphics memory, we can definitely bump that up to 1 gig. Okay, so I have the data now restoring manually, and I gotta be honest, I didn't think I had 81,196 items in my freaking documents folder. Holy balls. Well, I'm just gonna let the Explorer do its thing, and sit back and relax. Dora the Explorer.
Well, guys, it looks like we did it. I got the Mac OS back up and running. I got Windows up and running. Everything is transferred. I think we can have a happy ending. So thank you for sticking with me through this. You really deserve a round of applause, and if you liked the show, if you liked these episodes, feel free to leave us a like to keep the show going. We appreciate it. Alright, this is Krazy Ken signing off. I'll catch all you guys later. So here we are now, about, I'd say, over a month after the whole SSD replacement thing happened, and I've had no freeze-ups until now. So as you'll see, my cursor can move here, but nothing changes, not even the clock. Let's see, what time is it here? 1:56. It's 1:54 up there. So, just earlier today I was thinking, wow, it's been kind of great. This has been going fine for about a month. But then I realized, sometimes even earlier, I would go like 3 weeks without a problem. And I was saying, I don't want to jinx myself, but it looks like we're good. Well, you win, Murphy. I jinxed myself. It looks like the issue is still not fixed. Something else, probably software-wise, is causing a problem. Now, I feel kind of bad because I had Apple replace the hardware, but I don't know, maybe it's two separate issues. That would seem very improbable. But overall, I have noticed fewer issues with the lockups. Again, this is the first time it's happened since I got the new SSD. So I don't know, maybe the new SSD did help. So I guess we're kind of inconclusive right now. Maybe there will be a part 4. Oh boy. Would you like to check out our movie riffing comedy series? If so, you can watch that right here. Or perhaps you'd like to watch our Anime Milwaukee cosplay music video? If so, then click here.